Sorry about the constant interruptions. Sum up or to test these Aetherites, how fortuitous for you. Whoops. There we go. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aetherites are made for people like your good self. Magic imbued within, whisk you away without any effort on your part. Veritable dream come true. Far be it from me to worry about such things. But do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? My permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. Nice not having any interruptions for a little bit. Jesus. Sorry. May come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the life stream. In the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Yeah, Mr. Kyle truly knows how to pick them. If I might change the subject, and Master Wolfson and Mistress Bluewood not present today. Oh, you didn't hear? They recently resigned their posts. Their expertise is needed elsewhere. Large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparation at outside the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. conflict surrounds their first test pair of Aetherites. One has been installed here in Charlene, the other over in Idlamad, a port town in Thavnir. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Rada Atan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, or to test these Aetherites, how fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aetherites are made for people like your good self. The magic can be within, whisk you away without any effort on your part. Veritable dream come true. Far be it for me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of shiny new invention? In case you were wondering, the Aetherite still functions like a normal one. It's just been upgraded to allow unattuned travel. See you there shortly. The study of teleportation requires a firm grasp of fundamentals of either, so I make it a point to study the papers of those who have come before me. I'm currently studying a treatise written by Ajika Sinjika, truly a luminary of this field.
Right, we're all set. Just the 4 of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh, I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please. Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether. Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads Athan. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance? Against such an insidious foe.
Colorful place.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
You may as well lay yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? Yeah, no stopping our champion. I'll quickly find Estinian before you hurt. Whoops. Oh, there he is. Yikes. Either I need to drink something that helps with either sickness. By that, Mansuya, traveler, greetings. Greetings and welcome. You're wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Ama Lassie made with only the finest, freshest ingredients, famed for calming unruly bellies. We wave a warm welcome to Thavner. I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil for not one, not two, but 3 bottles. Bargain amongst bargains. Price high road robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out will be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian using gestures deny that the deal is fair. Thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me. Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my price confused. It's actually 1,890 get. Gil for 3 bottles of Lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well. Then, coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. Who are those guys? Whoa, the elephants. Teensy weensy touch, she says. Not even my hardest night's drinking comes close. Wow. Special Amaral Lassi. Made with only the finest, freshest ingredients. This Amaral flavored Lassi is boasted to settle in really stomachs. Praise be to the 12, my stomach doth loosen its death grip. Marifel, thanks to thee and Estian, and go into the fine fruits of this land. Ne'er hath teleportation do such terrible discomfort. 'Twas torturous in its intensity, and I would sooner swim a score of malms. You were in time, excellent. You've spared us Tataru's wrath. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. The hair. I have bound it. 'Tis the most I can do against this heat short of shedding my armor. And that's where you got the cord for it? Local vendor, the man says Thavnarian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. Uh-oh. And how much did it cost? 9400 gil. Steel, I was told. It's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. Jesus. That's incredible. I'd never seen anything else now could hold a candle to you. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their price tag, but doesn't it seem excessive here? For all honest merchants are unscrupulous, I expect the Azure Dragon to put up more of a fight. Dragoon. I'm inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, usually so. Claiming Thavner as its dominion, the nation of Radat's Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasadara, a Tonga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over. Development only aided by the nation's prime locations, a waypoint betwixt east and west. All this hath combined to make a trading power Rads ad Han. Yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish reputation of the nation at large. Just so that opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened. It may happen that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it would be prudent to ascertain Current state of affairs. Prudent practical eye, we've not to lose by learning more. So where we seek out Kryle's acquaintance. Shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedlamad? Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. The Amra fruit. And a level up. Nice. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Stomach behaving once more. Thancred is ready to get to work. Right, let's split up making inquiries in town. Arrow, the pure is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetherite. Off-putting through the mere sight of it, maybe. Oh, did see Estinian there. Crate is laden with fruits, but they're on the verge of spoiling as they have been left too long. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles and the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels far away. Compared to other ports you have visited past, there appears to be very little activity. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother, or at least sell anything these days. This has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. Could have a consortium to keep afloat like Khazahal. Don't envy his position, better be alone in my little operation, I've come to realize. I'm a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Khazahal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, a harbor guild building across the water from here. Cute. Times are tough for me, and they must be 1,000 times worse for Khazahal. Can't help but worry for him. Well, now, if it isn't travel, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. Could have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Narinair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. Still have our lives, thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What will become of us? Only the gods know. Shame not everyone's as brave as you, or foolish. Yeah, because that tower right next to him. They scare away all their business. Dahaba? What do you expect me to do? Dalmaskins aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and provinces are in chaos. And then there's a tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we can afford no protection out here. Can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. God, but this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Damaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans, supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Calzal do. So I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. You are... Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not a merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I see, that's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Matsya, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Kalzal, yeah. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. No. That's so simple, Kalzal, and besides, everyone is in the same boat. Everyone. Foreign vessels won't come to us. Why not use our own to deliver the wares to them? Yes, can I help you? I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, did you? Matya, fisherman of Yali, nearby village. Saw my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free anyway. He's a hard-working man, I dare not disturb him. Matsya regards you nervously. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. Problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Sure. If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. Oh yeah, that's right, they also squished HP down. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may just cancel any pending duty finder registrations. You'll do it then. Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish too, shall we say. 3 people here in Edlamad. I will observe you and learn. Once he has now accompanied you, keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You travel to unfamiliar places, speak with unfamiliar peoples. Your conversational skills must be astounding. Once he has yet to arrive, be sure he's at your side before attempting to continue. Where is he? Oh, he dropped. Okay, there you are. Weird. Pants McPockets. Alright, yes. Fish, you got fish here. Fresh fish straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. Green friend, I've heard you of late. Greens you too. Suppose I'm all enough given the circumstances. Things settled down somewhat, but there's utter chaos in the tower for spirit. Everyone's grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. They remained there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back to use my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. No place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? But trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. Hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives, to days when we couldn't earn. You could earn as much as you gave and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Fresh fish, you said? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When you bait me like that, how can I not bite very well? Give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. Catch today is shadowless cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk and baked with sprinkled salt. You succeed in making a sale. Nice. I may visit here from other shores anymore. Even on there, I've seen few merchant ships in the stocks. It's felt the lost coin they bring most keenly. You usually make a sale on first attempt. I've learned a lot already. I hope to learn more still. Okay. Man. All right. Hawk, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some emerald. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Or shamrock. My fresh fish is the only thing you need. What do you need so many emerald for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this, and that, and this, and that. All of it wears me down. I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Damn. Sorry. Never mind anything else. You left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? My work keeping stock in my inventory because exactly how bad business has gone. It makes me depressed. Alright. Thought there was going to be a third option there. I was wrong, though. Kind of want to make that sale. Do we abandon it and do it again? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, where's the journal? Maybe you can't. Okay, whatever. What's an MSQ? You can't. It would have to be a side quest. That's okay. She was interested in fruit anyways. Zama. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, it's my stomach. Either sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach and mine are the freshest of all. Just take it easier, eat more slowly and savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. So I'm working as hard as I can while I still can. The better to be prepared. How do you intend to prepare? Stockpiling supplies for that. Maybe during coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. How about some fish for your supplies? They're fresh caught. Aye, well, fish wouldn't be bad. But I don't want to go through the hassle of preserving them myself. I'd rather buy stuff that's ready to store. I'm afraid I'll pass your fish now. If you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to work. Damn it. Sorry. Too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It's truly eye-opening experience. Come, let's return to the pier. I should have asked him. Damn. Sorry, dude. Come on, let's return to the pier. Wish thank you properly for your kind help. Palestinians here. Seeing as there's dried fish, I wonder if there might be dried squid as well. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Though you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Halsall soon. I heard a familiar voice. And who should it be but Matsuya? Halsall, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Give many tries I can't find any buyers. No ships coming in, there hardly any going out. There simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore? Sorry, Matsuya, I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself I can't. I want to help you do, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. Poured my all into the consortium. I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. Sisters is my witness. Calls all. Not to worry, using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again. Please take care on the road. Take care. Mayhap owing to the island's small size, tower's impact upon people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. There you are. Gotten over the ether sickness, have you? So you've been busy, managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? You see, we also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances, kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless stars to call forth lunar primal, business usual for the Tlaferoi. Yeah, owing to the island's small size, tower's impact upon people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. Oops, hang on a minute. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch? Yes, you would do something like that. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Justinian. That master fellow you were helping, he's Sodara, is he not? Apparently, it's almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Summoning is this perpetrator's aim. It does stand to reason that Sodara would be their primary targets. 'Tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. Better go after him. Machiavelli lies to the west, as I recall, in the same direction as Crowell's acquaintance, incidentally. Settle then, keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. And we'll keep moving on. You don't see Matsu nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Choppa. Oh, those elephants look awesome. Don't see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help. Somebody help. Matsuya's voice came from the north. You're safe. You're free, you're free. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? So you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do, about, well, everything. And those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the XIV were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps best if you took refuge in the city. We considered it me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see, that's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. Question, if I may. It is our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Excuse me. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity. In full justified art, thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Will thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? Come all the way to save us, really? To think I had you peddling fish? To answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller. I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please come to our village. We're good, God-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay visit to Akiali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis the simulacra of the Thamnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. Pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as now. I, as you said, do well to study their religious traditions to Akiali. This doesn't seem that far. It's a major drop off though, so we're not gonna do that right now. Those look really good. Gotcha. 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 Welcome to Akyali, my friend. Name means white beach. There isn't much here to say of that. Please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hasveda. They're free at the moment as it happens. I'll try to think if there's anything useful I could share with you as well. After all, I still owe you for rescuing me on the hill. You should know about our gods. What a curious visitor you are. Must want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups: the Manusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms, personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings we strive to be better people and live better lives. Different though they may be, both the Mansuya and the Murga are equally divine, equally revered. Charming little village, shame about the hideous tower. Mark you that platform out in the water, some manner of shrine perhaps. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Pick up your ears then and listen. Ancient times, the Manusia and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusia, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusia coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. Then on as a sign of their esteem for one another, Musa have worn animal faces, and the Murga have the limbs of men. We honor the Manusa and the Murga by incorporating their sacred images into works both practical and artistic. Try looking out for them, eh? There you are. Learn a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you're off talking to others, I remember something that may be of interest. You could let your friends know. I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I will show you this hanging scroll which depicts three of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are Manusia. You heard about them already, yes? Three sisters. Center one is the eldest, Cinderuva, goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Cinderuva. As goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Minderuva, youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts, so is beloved by weavers. Though each is worshipped for different reasons, sisters are usually portrayed together in these works. People keeping their homes for good fortune. Like fashion, the Manusia Deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life, and one of the Murga, if I may ask. Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a god's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arcasadara. Then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. We worship dragons too? It said that an ancestor of the satrap, the ruler Radz-at-Han, forged a covenant with dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if the satrap is in need, the dragon ally will fly to his aid. Ah, and this is where that part comes in the cinematic. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear, and I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. It's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought our Kryle's acquaintance. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Chances are that wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. Brilliant, beautiful, kind, and understanding. Did I say she's beautiful? So I can stare at her dainty ears, adorable trunk all day, and those eyes when you meet her. Take care you don't drown in them. Great Work is situated at a cove to north. Follow the road north to reach it. East. This one's nearby. Oh. I'll find all the ether currents after I complete it, mostly. Pandas, birds. Young Vajralangula. Uh-oh. What the hell? In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? There's a battle. There's a conspicuous lack of blood. Tempered? world. Uh-oh.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so. Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Cryo. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Oops. Be right back. Alright, back. Sorry about that, I had to grab a snack. I'm hungry. But I don't want to put anything on to eat just yet, not for at least another hour. They look cool though. Maybe it is in that building. Am I wrong? Yeah. I mean, thank you for answering our call. Our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Arrow is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions? Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of Primal. Excuse me. And the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales, proved most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here's where you and your blessing of light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly does he need me to do? Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. Thank you. Lest you wonder, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I'll explain in greater detail later, but you'll be venturing into the tower's field of influence. So, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Ryanja and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful, seeing as you all work to the point of collapse. I suspect you could do with more hands. We'd be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing some preparations. Good luck with the test. I shall remain here to assist the other alchemists. No problem. Hope you did have trouble finding this place. or climbing the hill, and all are accustomed to the physical strain. Give you the fruit of our sweet tears. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, May a sleepless night. The drunken Deepa. Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. Move of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Reduce the risk of accidental exposure. The drunken depot will emit a blast only after it has moved a certain distance. Follow it closely and bathe in ether 4 times. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the drunken depot's lead and try not to fall behind. Oh, I guess I have to stand back. Oh, that looks cool. We're struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. So there's no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Alright, stand back. You are struck by another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Reading ether, please stand back. You are struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated, impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Returning test, resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. You were struck by the strongest blast of ether yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Is there one nearby? Nope. Not quite. Ah, you've returned and not on your knees. A promising sign, but come. Let me take the Deepa off your hands. Having exhausted all of his ether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. Thank you. I shall replenish it either for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort. You're feeling perfectly fine. Yep. And the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt you. Will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Dana regards you with those eyes you could drown in. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? See, our talisman requires use of special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of key ingredient for it, spirit weed. Herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. The recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arcasadara travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let's head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. I really like how uplifting this music is. It's good though. I've been enjoying the music so far. I may simply be imagining, but I feel as though we're being followed. Gas, look out, arrow. Yep. Gods, but that gave me a fright to think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. I think the sisters I asked you to come with me. You alright, I hope? Yep. Good, let's continue on then. Isn't it far now? Just through these pillars and up the rise. Here we are, Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. This ties into that Endwalker song. When it zooms in on the fountain, that part of the song really kicks in. Happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting it once. You'd be so good as to stand guard. Kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Cool. I'll gather the herb as quickly as I can. Please stand guard for me. Dances on the higher, oh higher. cool.
Yes,
wow.
that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing. Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something? Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
That's gotta be Zodiark. Talking through him. Damn. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back. Great work, shall we? Yeah, that's an 85 area. This area does look gorgeous, though. The areas have been nice so far. Definitely stands out. I do mostly hear puppies barking at aspects of this song, though, so it sounds like. Arrow, my thanks again for your assistance, your help with that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Thank you. Should send you on another errand. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you are both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidhana. It seemed the stories of Giant Skull are running low. It would seem the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Ryanje told everyone about their tempering cure. Justinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it for me to complain, but we'll need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. Much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Though loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness, ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. Quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, is far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? Glad to help. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuya. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamza, Mistress Nana? By all means, you try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I'll bring the Hamza to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Despite his tender years, Varshan is thoughtful and dependable. It's easy to see why he was chosen to be the satrap's attendant. Alchemist or dancer? Here are our hymns that are. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hams have long been kept as livestock at Thavnair, and many a hatchery may be found here. The last large of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That's where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. You're ready, then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Cool. We have a wobbling gate. Interesting. To the left, requiring no instruction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small island. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. Thank you. Here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Oh well, who should it be but young Varshan on an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. I also wish to express heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. Yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor, too, often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since he took over? Wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition. Gladly, I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Dean, thank you. Who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of him. Permit me to introduce ROV of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers. Both parties would stand and learn something of value, I believe. Excellent idea, given the unprecedented nature of the threat. Some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two bring Varshan the latest report and any questions you may have. All appears quiet with the tower at the moment. I dare say the soldiers won't mind if you approach them. Occurs to me I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, the military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks, and so we struggle to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeed in striking them down on 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. Or the towers in Eorzea, do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. My thanks not only for the information, but for accompanying Varshan besides. He was wise beyond his years, he's still a child, and we couldn't bear to see him come to harm. No problem. I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you tell us about the Talafaroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it that they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Get rid of those demented fools. If they want to go to hell, they can bloody well arrange their own passage and leave the rest of us out of it. Yours to know about the tower. To be honest, we know little and less about ourselves. Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narunair. Safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. When the tower first appeared, we sent scouts in a boat to investigate, but it quickly became apparent that something was amiss. One after another, our comrades were corrupted. We could only look on in horror as they slew each other. Damn. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation trading hub both, Radzat Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. Come, you had best see to your original errand. His mind will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. We're not the path straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamza, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Lest you have forgotten, to get to the Giant Skull grounds, you need but follow the road east. The Hamza should deliver you there quite quickly. The last monster came out of the tower, laid waste to the hatchery, slaughtering many good Hamza. Poor creatures didn't deserve it. So the Hamza appears to want to return home, but reluctantly offers you its back. Should become separated from seed, speak with the Radiant Beastkeeper of the Hamza hatchery to mount it again. Yeah, let's go. Oh. Jar. What did you say? far east, right? So... A second. You need but follow the road east. I'm going to leave you there quickly. Okay, road east. Yes, please. Go east. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where the hell is it? Oh, that person's leveling fast. Oh, wait. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamza dashes off. Aye, this is indeed the Giant Skull grounds, and I am the Nuha. Is there something you require? Giant Skull for the alchemist today, but of course, you shall have it. We labor tirelessly to deal with the tower. It is the least we can do to provide them materials they need. We are a sack of the purest Giant Skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. Thank you. When you deliver it, let the good folk great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Payment you need more, you sat trap will see us compensated, but even if you did not, we wouldn't hesitate to provide what we can. We're in this fight together after all. Thank you. Welcome back, Arrow. I hope you have the Giant Skull. Sure do. Hammond sack filled to the brim with chunks of the purest Giant Skull. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. Now everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it's ready, it'll be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. discussion with Heidelin.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well. You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments! We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless. Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
I thought that was a player. I was like, wait a minute. They have flying already? That trap has granted you the use of this boat. May it serve you well. It's a rather fine boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. The alchemist can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. The longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Must be off.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could. So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What? Let me go! Let me go!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
No.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting. Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two, yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Armor, at your service.
Oh shit.
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it,
the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
That's some crazy story right there, damn.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these my spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
We'll save you. Find a way. That talisman worked, but he discarded it. Hopefully they can make more. Wasn't in vain though. Ah, you were returned, but where's Mistress Nadana? Nucia preserved just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. Most reports at once, meanwhile, please return to the great work. God, what was it they said? The Menucia? Menucia. Nice to see Emmett though. Emmett again. I'll be right back. Okay, back. It's gone already, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Finn Daniel after all. Damn that bastard. Sure you want to do more, but you were right to return here first. Must tread warily, lest we endanger Nadana and the other captives. Yeah, they're at least alive. Satrap of Rods at Han, wearing a grim expression. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Hana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nidahana. Can you answer me this? Nidahana's trapped in the tower, still alive, yes? For now, yeah. Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. Prototype works perfectly. This Nidahana proved at peril to herself. So let's make more scales, that she and all those who are taken might be saved. I, as alchemist, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of this tragedy, of the tragedy. I wonder if he's the satrap, actually. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl. He might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadana noted your vital contributions to Talisman's creation. This fact came to Satrap's attention in recognition of your deeds. He wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radzat Han for an audience with His Excellency? Sure. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. We got a bit of a run. That's some pretty crazy stuff that just happened, damn. She's at least alive for now. As are the rest of them, but gotta get to them before they summon a primal. And the talisman works, so that's something important. Is that Sodermerg? Satorberg? That's hard to even try to combine. Ooh, there's a current. Nice. Noise. cool. That's a nice sight too. Location, what was that? Just, okay. Ivana's Remorse, the Gama Temple. When last I visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the towers to dampen the mood somewhat. Be it here or in Eorzea, all share in the desire to deliver the captives. Thus, united, I pray that we may join in common cause with the satrap. All present, and let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert. Strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Sure.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rods at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets. But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are, Megaduta. It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzat-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
He's a dragon.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn. I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsormr's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat-Han had an alliance with the dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat-Han.
But if Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with wards fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warmblood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bare his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz Adan. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
So that was big. So that's how Vitra comes into it. Cool. We should encounter on the first route in such a circumstance, yeah. Our course of action is decided, let's not tarry. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Yeah, it did. I wasn't expecting that. Let us rejoin our comrades at Charlian and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the ether right here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. Yeah, Tower of Zot will probably be dungeon. Wait a minute. Here you go, dash. Let's go to this. Conflict between Nidhogg and I is in the past, though they were brothers, has no bearing on my view of Vitra. Above all else, he is the leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavor if he bore our kind any ill will. Yep. Vitra and his alchemists have prepared us for a foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. That Arcasadra, I think it was called, languish in Telephoroi, changed doth. That Arcasadra languish in Telephoroi chains doth forewarn us of the nature of our foe. 'Tis the gods of Thavnair who will be summoned toward us. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnair, we're back at chilly Charlian. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, everyone appears to be here, so let us take stock of all the developments and discoveries. We returned by way of Kite's experimental aetheryte, and I must say it was far less taxing than our first attempt. Apparently, we need only ask if we wish to use it again. Now, I'm not terribly eager to repeat the experience, but if you're willing to test your ethereal fortitude for the sake of technological advancement, then who am I to stop you? Okay, I'm going to stop here for tonight. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. That really picked up there. So I'll be back to this tomorrow. Hopefully less distractions and interruptions, and I can really just focus on things. But yeah, enjoying it so far. I know I've been yawning a lot. I'm just tired in general, but I've been really engaged with the story. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. So thanks for watching, and have a good day or night. See you later.